Hey everybody. Johnny's camera went dead or his internet went out, so here we are. Let me find my chat and see if anybody's out there. All right, nobody so far. There's Misfit.
Hey there.
What's going on, man?
I think Johnny's got that Walmart internet going on right now or something.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sorry, my microphone's deciding to be weird.
No, you're all right. You're all right. Hopefully a few people will find it here in a minute. So what's the latest ammo deals? You there, man? Well, yeah. I guess even Misfit's having problems. All right, screw it. 11 o'clock. Go end it.
What in this thing? Just a big giant mess.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, sorry about that. As soon as I hopped on, my microphone decided to crap out on me, so I had to just shut the Hangout down and replug in all my microphone gear, and then start the Hangout back up. And it seems to be working now. So
Yeah.
I've just been sitting around all day. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I've been sitting around all day. I'm getting ready to go to the gun show tomorrow. Trying to make some damn money.
How's your business working out?
It's going all right. We've just been doing the starting up process, getting crap like Facebook pages and business cards and all the fun paperwork type crap set up. And then actually sales, we've noticed at the end of the month tends to be the hot time for sales to come in. People tend to clamp down at the beginning of the month, it seems like, and then getting towards the end, it seems like business really picks up. I know I've got a few guys that are coming to the gun show tomorrow just specifically to meet me. I mean, I've already got quite a few mags sold, hopefully ahead of. So we'll see how it goes. People are flaky, though. I've found that about 50% of the people that say that, hey, I'll call you tomorrow to meet up with you, end up never calling you. But that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's slow going, though. I mean, it's slow going, just building up capital, waiting for Hillary Fest 2016.
If she gets elected, I hope you're stocked up because you'll be selling the shit out of some stuff.
Actually, we've discussed as a group at what point do we actually halt sales for a little while and just build inventory?
Yeah.
Because even if she doesn't get elected, the run up to the election demand's going to be fucking huge. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, at what point do we just start holding on to inventory just because we know the demand is going to be so crazy those couple of months? And it really comes down to, when do the prices start going up for us? That's when we have to start thinking about it. I don't know. It's an interesting, it's a very interesting atmosphere to try and break into the firearms accessories business. I'll say that much. It's a very interesting atmosphere to be coming into this, as far as uncertainty, as far as future market goes.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It probably is it makes sense to hold off and maybe bump up the price for right now just to hold off sales. Not trying to be an asshole or anything, but I mean, instead of selling, I'm just going to throw something hypothetical out there. Instead of selling P mags for $12 a piece, put them at 15. And when the shit hits the fan, Hillary looks like she might be elected, sell them for 20. Not really raping people, but getting a fair price. You're making more money.
Oh yeah,
Not cheaper than dirt, selling them for $100 a fucking piece, because then people want to fucking hang in the streets, and they
oh
should.
yeah. That's just gouging at that point. But there is an argument for supply and demand, and not only that, but replacement cost. What it's going to cost me to replace my stock. Because if I was getting them for such and such, say hypothetically, you're paying $10 for a P mag, I can sell them for 12, and then all of a sudden they're costing me 13. Of course, I've got to charge more for them. You know what I mean? It's just a natural thing. But yeah, what people like cheaper than dirt were doing was just damn near criminal. I mean, not criminal, but unethical. Let's just put it that way. It's been fun. It's been interesting. I'm not going to get rich doing it, I'll tell you that much. But it's a nice little side project. What have you been up to this week? You're muted, but I see you talking, but you're muted.
Yeah, just working. The company I work through is going through a lot of changes, and so it's kind of you know exciting, but I don't know. I'm kind of in a dilemma right now. I've been offered a very good job, or at least a opportunity for a good job. I won't say I got it. They just offered me a job. But at the same time, the company I work for just got bought out. We got a big contract. It looks like it just went through. And so I'm kind of in a conundrum of what I should do. And right now, I'm just thinking of staying where I'm at and waiting it out. And Johnny, I sent you a link to your inbox through YouTube. For some reason, I can't send you an invite through Google right now, which is weird. But anyway,
That's funny. Johnny got booted off his own internet connection. Poor Jonathan.
yeah. All right. Won't work. Johnny says it won't work. That's weird. That's really weird. Maybe this YouTube is fucked up tonight.
That's always a possibility.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I need some damn ammo. I was just going, like I said, I've been getting ready, pulling junk out of my storage boxes and stuff like that, and I've been shooting 9mm quite a bit lately. I've been getting out at the range, and like, holy crap, I've shot more ammo than I thought I have. Looking at my swords, like, oh no, oh no. Goes quick.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with me casting bullets, hell, I can shoot 20. I can shoot 9mm cheaper than I can fucking buy 22s right now, which is really fucked up.
I need to get into the reloading game eventually. I just don't really have the space for it currently. Mm-hmm. My garage as is fucking jammed to the ceiling. It's definitely not going to the house anywhere.
Oh, there's Johnny.
There he is.
About time. Goddamn thing giving me fits.
I didn't mean to bail on you, Johnny, but you just disappeared for so long. I just thought, fuck it, I gave up.
Yeah, I was trying to get back in. The damn twin dumbasses upstairs is old Mikey's chat, so it too much on it, and it shut the fucking internet down. Had to restart the modem and the extender down here for me to get the internet, and it just took too long.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, we got about 25 people out there, so that's good.
Yeah, we had a decent amount a while ago watching us rant and rave.
Yeah, that's basically what it was a rant, I think.
Yeah. I
posted a video, and I don't know if Johnny was familiar with that guy. Probably is. I can't even say his name because I don't remember what it was, but I don't agree with everything he says, but a lot of shit he says I agree with. And Johnny commented on it because he was just like, fuck you. I can say whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, fuck off. Basically, that's what the video was.
Yep. Yeah, I had no problem with what he said. I don't know who he was, but yep. It all made sense to me.
It's like, fuck you, grab a tissue on your way out.
Yep. Yep. Is Frank out here? Did he come over? Did he find his way over?
Yeah, I don't see Frankie.
Oh, he's out there.
Okay, yeah, I seen him. Yep.
He's out there. I just, I know he knows this because he kept commenting, and he even said, "Thanks, guys," because we were commenting on his questions and comments, and I just, Frank participates in all of our chats, and he.
Uh-oh. You went mute, Johnny.
Oh. There he's going again. He got jammy timed.
Yeah. Try again, Johnny.
Everyone in the chat, go over to Mikey D's chat real quick and say, stop stealing Johnny's bandwidth. Come back here.
Yeah, Dish and Michelle at least need you use one computer, not use two computers. That's just too many.
Yeah. Make them sit in front of the same damn computer. Oh, man. So what were y'all going on about before I hopped on?
Just these college kids with their safe spaces and getting their feelings hurt and needing counseling when somebody said something to defend them. That's kind of where we were at.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but in all fairness, hasn't college always kind of been like that? I mean, even back in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah, but it was more rebellious against the government. Now it's more rebellious against the citizens and calling for government to step in and say, hey, he hurt my feelings. Whereas back in the 60s and 70s, they were like, hey, we should have equal rights. We should have the right to do this. It was a more rebellious, more constitutional, actually, if you look at it, maybe not all the time, but they were really looking out for constitutional rights. It was the college students that got the right to vote to be lowered to 18 because during Vietnam, we were sending kids over to Vietnam, yet they didn't have the right to vote because at the time you couldn't vote till you were 21. But we were sending 18-year-olds to war. So it was the college protest that got that brought to attention. Now it's like, oh, you said Trump. It hurt my feelings.
Now, at the same time, though, you also had out of that atmosphere, you had groups like the Black Panthers. You had, large communist movements. I mean, a lot of your what you'd call democratic socialist politicians came out of that atmosphere and those college atmospheres at the time. I think we hear about it more. Honestly, I think. Well, I'm not saying it hasn't gotten worse over the years. I'm just saying, at the same time, I think we're all more aware of it. It gets shared, whereas situations might have never left that campus in that small town or whatever college it is. Now, due to social media and things like that, it just gets spread over the internet and becomes a big thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. There was a lot of the whole Black Panther thing was the late 60s, early 70s. That movement did happen then, and you're right. There was a lot of communist type, socialism type movements in our past that has been pushed by young people. And I guess the point is that it's continuing and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I don't think that those socialistic views were pushed years ago, because of course they was. That's how we got welfare, Social Security, Section 8 housing, all that shit. That's how that came about, because people were pushing for it years ago. And today we're just seeing it escalate to a unimaginable, just stupid, to where now we're even going after speech.
It's ingrained now. I mean, you have to keep in mind that you've had 3 or 4 generations of professors that have basically been teaching each other the same damn things. You have the professor in '68, which started with the democratic socialist thought process. He taught the professor who took over in '78, and he taught the professor that took over in '88, and just goes on and on and on. So it's just become ingrained in the culture, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the socialist movement started in the early 1900s, and it was usually when there were economic hard times is when people started listening, because it sounded good to them. There was no basis, there was no foundation of how this would work out. But when people were having hard times, they would listen to it, just like now. I mean, think about it. If it wasn't food stamps, Section 8 housing, and don't nobody fucking attack me about Social Security, because we pay into it and you expect it back. I understand that, but it's still, to a degree, a type of, you pay in a small percentage and we'll give you this back. It's still a form of a socialist government where the government takes care of you. You're not allowed to dictate where that money went. So it's all a socialistic, communistic plan. We take this out of your check and we're going to, put it here and here and here and here. and then we're going to give it back to you. And then for the people that can't work, we're going to give it to them. And we're seeing the repercussions of it now. Period. And it's not working out.
I think the main issue has been, because I'm not necessarily against having some kind of short-term emergency, government help for like true emergency situations for people that fall on true hard times. We're a first world country. I think we can afford as a society to do that. My issue is with these people that it's become like a generational welfare thing where you have families that literally they're just welfare families. The only reason they exist is because they can get paid by the government, for generations. That's where I really start to take issue with the whole welfare topic.
Well, and there's a trap in it too. And then we could get into conspiracy theories and shit like that, which I'm not going to do right now. But if you are to get Section 8 housing, or not even that, let's just say welfare and food stamps. But if you find a job that pays $12 an hour. Well, when that's reported, all of a sudden you lose your food stamps, or you lose your little bit of welfare, or you lose your Medicaid for insurance for your kids or whatever. It's a trap because they're better off not working and living off the government. So the whole system is a fucking trap to keep you in the system. It's a fucked up system.
I will say as well, Ranting Heck brought up a really good point out in the chat room that I would like to bring up when the welfare conversation is had. We could pay for our welfare system many times over with just a small fraction of what we spend in Iraq and Afghanistan every year. So that's not our only issue with spending. And I'm not one for big time military cuts. At the same time, I do think that we spend our money in stupid places and stupid things from time to time when it comes to the military budget.
Oh, I agree with you with that 100%. I mean, if you look at the defense budget, it says it's 500 or 600 million a year or billion.
But yeah, that's not the blacked out budget though. It's what's the other? Yeah.
Yeah, it's over $1 trillion. We spend over $1 trillion a year on military. We spend more on military than the entire fucking world put together. Period.
I believe the number is the next 7 largest militaries. We spend more money on our military than the next 7 or 8 largest militaries combined, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it like that. I mean, like Russia might spend. Here's a comparison. Say Russia spends 50 billion, we spend $1 trillion. I mean, the actual budget says it's only like 600, 700 billion. Excuse me. But if you incorporate Homeland Security, CIA, all that, we spend more than the entire world spends on their military. Now, granted, we don't really know what North Korea or China spends on their military. All we have to go on is what they say they spend on it. But according to what the entire world says they spend on their military, we spend more than the entire fucking world. Period. Let that sink in a minute.
No, I don't doubt it for one bit.
You back, Johnny? He's trying.
He's trying so hard. Shit.
And it's because we're trying to occupy so many countries We're trying to be the police of the world. We're trying to save the dollar. I mean, the whole Libya thing, that was over the dollar. They didn't have a fucking thing to do with Gaddafi. Not a fucking thing. Who even knew about Libya? Who knew about Libya 2 or 3 years ago? Nobody even knew that fucking country existed. But when they started to produce a gold-backed dollar, or rial, whatever the fuck they was going to call it, boom, they were the enemy. As soon as Iraq started talking about selling oil without using the U.S. dollar, boom, there's the enemy. Iran talked about using other money than the dollar. They threatened the petrodollar. That's why these countries became enemies. Period. All it takes is a little bit of research and you can figure this shit out.
Oh man, the world's depressing.
Yeah, I went, pure conspiracy. It's not even conspiracy theory, but I went out there. Sorry.
So did you see this quote by Chelsea Clinton? I can't give you the exact quote off the top of my head, but essentially what it says is, now with Scalia gone, Scalia gone, we're going to, appoint the next Supreme Court justice to finally go after the Second Amendment like I've been wanting to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, mind you, that's not the exact quote. That was.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't know what the exact quote was either, but yeah, I seen enough headlines and stories about it, but yeah.
Oh, we all knew that was what they were thinking the second Scalia bit the dust, but it's funny to actually see him come out and say it like that.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty bold to say. Well, now that this judge is gone, we can go after your fucking guns. Yeah, we can change the law. We can fucking molest the Constitution.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to say it, it's one thing to write laws, but confiscation is it's an impossibility. The only thing they could do is they'd have to essentially turn-ins and buybacks, and then if we catch you with this, you're in big trouble afterwards. There's no way to get them off the streets.
No.
They don't have the manpower, and they definitely don't have the willing manpower to go door to door trying to take guns from American citizens, because we all know it's not going to go well. And I don't say that in like a machismo way. Like, I'm gonna fight off the government for my gun. I would never say anything like that. But it's not gonna go good. It's not gonna go good for anybody.
Well, the good thing is that more and more states are actually becoming more, I don't know how to say it, gun friendly. There's more states going, constitutional carry. There's more states going, concealed weapon permit. So that shift to think that the national government's going to change things, I think, is getting more and more, far away. And more states are saying, no, fuck you. We're going to do this. Our citizens can carry guns. We don't care what you say. So it's kind of there's a battle between the states and the federal government right now. And if Clinton gets in office and she tries to do some bullshit like that, I don't know, could spark the revolution.
See, my main concern is not with a new justice, is not shit getting through Congress and the Senate, and then having to be ruled on by the Supreme Court eventually. It's when these lawsuits and things will get put in front of them. That's what really scares me.
Yeah.
Because laws still have to get through Congress. Laws still have to get through the Senate. And the GOP still pretty much holds those currently. So that's not as scary as like some of these lawsuits that are coming up over the next few years.
Well, that's true. That's the like the D.C. and the what was it, Cincinnati? Anyway, when people pushed those issues, they actually went to the Supreme Court, and now people in D.C. can have a gun, and it did go to the Supreme Court. That's the cases that where, yeah, it makes a difference who's the judge. Um, but I still think overall, seeing how the states have stepped up and we're being more liberal with guns. I know liberal is a bad word, but I'm just saying, more open to people carrying guns, having guns. There's a battle going on there. There really is.
And this, I read up on this whole. You see where the whole I believe it was a circuit court judge allowed the Sandy Hook case to proceed against, I believe it was Remington, the parent company of Bushmaster.
Yep.
Well, I looked into that a bit more, and it's not so much that it was allowed to proceed because it was a good case. It was allowed to proceed, and I forget. God, I'm so terrible at legalese. Essentially, Remington tried to get it just thrown out on the basis that it didn't meet. I gotta look up the wording because I'm literally it's late here. I'm tired and I'm drawing a complete blank on how to word this right now. Let me Google something real quick. But it's really just a technicality. It's a legal technicality that allowed this lawsuit to go forward. Everyone's panicking because like, oh well, judges is letting it go forward, but it's really just a legal technicality that's allowing it to go forward. They'll probably still end up the people that are suing Remington will probably still lose that lawsuit handily. Give me 2 seconds. Let me look up the wordings. This is bothering me now. My brain is not working.
Yeah, they should lose it because of the wording of the actual law that pertains to suing the gun company. Simply because that kid didn't buy the gun himself. He technically stole it. So that right there really negates the lawsuit, but I didn't know there was some other technicality going on, so that's what had me thinking it was odd that it was allowed to go forward. And yes, Frank, I was trying to say something nice about you a while ago, and the damn internet dropped again. But basically, short and sweet is good on you. Thank you for the conversation and the topic, and thank you for not getting your panties in your crotch and getting mad about it when we disagreed with you. That's basically what I was trying to say before I got dropped off again.
Yeah, I just want to say I've been accused of booting people. I think people watched the chats afterwards, and they thought we were booting people because they disagreed with us.
Yeah.
By all means, you can come on here and disagree with us and have a conversation and have a totally different opinion. That's fine. But if you ever hear me or Johnny or anybody else talking about booting somebody, it was a flat out fucking troll that come in here just to start problems.
Yep.
If you come in here and disagree with us, if I say left and you say right, I say light and you say dark, that's fine. That's okay. We'll have a debate. Let's talk about it. And I won't fucking boot you from my chat. But if you come in here just to call, to do insults and bullshit, we'll boot you. So If anybody ever sees in my chats and you hear me and Johnny talking about boot that motherfucker, it wasn't because somebody didn't agree with us. That's fine. I'm not right. All I can do is give you my fucking opinion.
Right. Like Greg said, disagree all you want, just be civil about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, plenty of people disagree, and we all have varying opinions on varying subjects. And that's just like what you came back, you heard me talking about Frank again, because I got booted before I could finish my thank you for the conversation. I think that's the way it should go. But if you're going to come in here and, go to cracking fucking insults and just being a dick, or, well, I think pretty well sums it up. Just being a fucking dick for no fucking reason. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to that shit. I'll send you packing. and I got no qualms about it either.
And those comments, the ones that made me say that, were from actually comments that were attached, after the chat.
Yeah, because they didn't see the whole
in the chat. They were after the chat and just heard me talking and said, "Oh, I don't think you should whatever, look at people's other opinions." No, that wasn't it. When I said fuck that son of a bitch, we're blocking his ass or we're booting his ass, it had nothing to do with a different opinion.
Right.
They were just being dickheads.
Yep, being an ass for no reason. and insulting.
Yeah.
Insulting the panel members.
Mm-hmm.
Or slash attacking for no apparent reason. I mean, that's just I don't know. And I don't know if this is pertaining to the last incident we had a couple weeks ago. I let it. We let it go. I let it go on my chat for multiple shows, and just let it go. I'm like, whatever. He's just being an asshole. Let him be an asshole. And the other panel member was like, no, just let it go. And I'm like, okay. But then, it just got to be too much to fucking deal with. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with it. So that's why I did that then, if that has anything to do with anything. But
no, it wasn't nothing to do with you, Johnny. I was just saying I had a comment after one of my chats that, kind of, they were nice about it. Don't get me wrong. They were very constructive. And they just said, hey, or do you just not like a different opinion? And, because they was watching it afterwards. They didn't see the comments. And I was like, no. It's got nothing to do with that. Come in here, by all means, confront us. Offer a different, point of view, or...
like Mulan 1000 just said, if you got a reason, let's get it on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get it on. We'll change the show to that argument, and we'll argue until we run out of time.
Yeah.
I got no qualms with it.
I love a good debate. Please.
Yeah, me too. Some guy in Sandy dropped in to say hey, so that's awesome.
What's up, Sandy?
Sandy in a while. At least I hadn't. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Hawking Hills has got to go because he's got 4 a.m. work. So, yeah, you can get your ass in bed, man. I feel you on that.
My favorite beer, Sandy, is the kind that got alcohol in it. Other than that, I don't really give a shit. Whatever's cheapest.
I am. I don't know, and I'm not. I'm a beer drinker, but I'm not a beer connoisseur, so I can't really tell you, other than the fact that I drink Bud Light, And any beer that's in that genre, of light but yet tastes like beer, I'm down with it. The beers that I wish I could like Guinness and shit like that, I can't drink them. They just ugh. I would love to be able to drink it. I've been to Germany. I've been to Ireland, Italy, all South American countries, everything. I just can't drink a lot of the beers, man. It's fucking too much of something. But just a regular old beer, I drink a 30-pack of them some bitches.
That's me too.
I used to buy them Bush 30-packs in the cans because you could damn near get a 30-pack $2 cheaper than what you get an 18 or a 24-pack of Bud Light for. And we'd buy them 30-packs, them some bitches, and ice them down, boy, and drink them like they was fucking fine wine. So I ain't too picky about my beer either, as long as it's just old beer.
Yeah, I can. Buddy of mine's got a little bar. I call it a yuppie bar, but anyway. What, they got all the craft beers and all that shit on tap. And I was telling him, something close to Bud Light. What do you got? And he'll pour something out, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll do, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm like you. I'm not a connoisseur of beers. I'm just like, I need alcohol in a full glass.
Yep. I want some light hops and alcohol. Yeah. And to be honest, in full truth, now I don't like that non-alcoholic so-called beer or anything because it tastes funny. But it don't have to be heavily alcoholed beer. As long as it tastes like a beer, that's because I like the taste of. And like I say, I don't know, is that a Pilsner or a lager or what? I don't know. I couldn't fucking tell you. But I like it, and I like the taste of it. So that's why I can drink a lot of them, and I really don't care if I get buzzed up or not. On a good hot summer day when I'm ice cold, put some rock salt on top of that ice. Kill them.
I think
non-alcoholic beer tastes like shit.
Yeah, Greg says non-alcoholic beer, ? Are you talking about water?
Buy the cheapest shit that'll get you drunk. I can't stand people that are beer snobs. You'll see you drinking a Miller Lite or a Bud Light or whatever, sitting around. They're like, oh my god, that's piss water. It's like, shut the hell up. It'll get you drunk and they'll taste the same after 6 or 7 anyways. It's like, if you want to sit around and debate hoppiness and overtones and smells, go drink wine, you fucking fruit. That's how I feel about that shit.
I agree with that. If I don't give a shit if it's Pabst Blue Ribbon or Budweiser, I don't give a fuck. Just beer.
And question 1, is it cold?
Yes.
Question 2, does it have alcohol in it? We're good.
Especially if you're slinging them out for free. Hell, I'll drink anything. Hams, Miller Lite, Miller, just regular Miller in a bottle is one of my favorite beers. The champagne of beers.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's ones that I like more than others, but these people are like, oh, I would never drink an American beer. Shut the fuck up. I can't. I hate that. It drives me fucking bonkers. I mean, if you want to go out and pay 8 bottles of beer for your microbrew fucking, blood orange mango strawberry ale, like, feel free, but you're just wasting money in my.
Well, it looks like we're just having all kind of internet problems tonight. So we tried, but let's go ahead and end this.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
Yeah. Johnny keeps dropping out. We can't get any other guests. I think YouTube or the internet is just slammed tonight. I don't know what the problem is. But Midwest, is there anything you want to promote? I know like I said, we talked about your internet business. I don't know if you want to promote that or not.
I'll tell you what, if y'all want to, head out on Facebook. Actually, y'all can head on over to Aeon Arms Ohio. Just search Aeon Arms Ohio on Facebook, and you'll find me there. And what's cool is we've actually got a few guys doing this. I mean, so there's going to be an Aeon Arms Missouri, Rhode Island, Oregon, and just Oregon, Missouri, Ohio, Rhode Island. Yeah, that'll be our 4 little areas. So there'll be 4 pages you can go to, and then we're going to have a main little business page. But right now I've got my Aeon Arms Ohio page up if y'all want to go and friend and like or however I'm still learning Facebook. This is my first Facebook account. I've tried to avoid it like the plague. But it's kind of a fact of life if you need to network nowadays.
Yeah. But anyway, guys and gals out there, me and Johnny tried to do the conundrum tonight. It just wasn't working out. So I jumped over here, tried to have another chat, and it still ain't working out. So, whatever.
Everybody in the chat right now, y'all need to go over to Mikey D's chat right now and tell him to stop bullying us and taking all of our panel members' internet.
Yeah. Matter of fact, just go over there and just jump on Mikey D's chat.
They've taken away our safe space. Go riot.
All right. Night, everybody.
See you later. We officially off here, yeah.